Hello, I'm Pastor Ralph Sexton, and thank you for being with us today. And I appreciate all of our wonderful, wonderful friends on Fox, Carolina. Thank you for being with us today. And then all across the news stations there in Georgia, thank you for joining with us. All the way from Augusta and down into the Savannah area, we are so thankful to be with you today on the television program. Today's a special program. You have seen back-to-back hurricanes coming into the Gulf of the United States, Gulf of Mexico, and we've seen families damaged, and we're dealing right now with the aftermath of Hurricane Sally. And I have with me the president and director of Hearts with Hands, Brother Greg Lentz. Brother Greg, thank you for coming today over to the TV studio, and thank you for the outstanding job. I know God's gifted you with organization, and we're at a whole new level under your leadership, and we are so thankful for all that you're doing. Would you greet the people and sort of bring them up to date? You just came out of Louisiana, Lake Charles. Let them know a little bit about what some of them have already given. Some of the churches are already supporting Hearts with Hands. So give them a little bit of a report.
Well, thank you so much for letting us be on the program today. And it's through your leadership in 1992 that Hearts with Hands is even in existence. You and Musette named it and founded this. And to think about through the years, the impact and the blessing that it's been to family after family during hurricanes, storms, tornadoes, whatever the circumstances are, and then us to be able to work together still and carry it on to the next level has just been amazing. But let me give you a quick update. Hurricane Laura there in Lake Charles, we were just down there, just got back a few days ago, and then now Sally come on top of that one.
Oh my goodness.
And so like Lake Charles area, we set up distribution at Trinity Baptist Church, another sister church right there. And that's always been the key element, as you've said so many times, that there's a church in every storm track.
We don't have to go build a building.
Right. Everybody's always there. And so it gives you a base to work from, a parking lot or a building, and it gives you volunteer bases to draw from. And so it makes such a difference. So we were able to help thousands of people from the parking lot of Trinity Baptist Church there in Lake Charles. And then we set up several distribution points, one in DeQuincy, Louisiana. We set up one in Orange, Texas, right across the line.
That's right. I forgot about Texas.
Right. And right there, they got hit by that one. And then we were able to go up into Sulphur and different areas of the Lake Charles area, all that surrounding. So we were literally from ground zero to 100 miles out helping people. So you can imagine, no power, no water. They did get their water restored right when I was leaving town to come back to the office. And so you think about the devastation, but we sent 7 tractor trailer loads of relief supplies into that area.
Already at Lake Charles.
Already there and distributed and gone.
Oh, it's out.
It's out. And so you think of that. And so that's why.
What'd that do to your warehouse?
Oh, it's emptied out. So that's why we got to plead the case to folks that are watching and say, help us. And some of your churches have already given toward Lake Charles, and we want to say thank you to that, and thank you to all of you that have partnered and helped Hearts with Hands. And so we need some folks that haven't given to step up to the plate, because now we're in the process of getting the first load down into Orange Beach, Alabama. That's one of the ground zero areas of Hurricane Sally, and that's a big boating community, boating area.
It is a big tourist area.
Yes.
And this program, the first ones will air on Sunday, September the 20th.
Okay.
So your trucks will already be there.
Right.
Because I saw the shipping schedule you were telling me about. They will actually arrive on Friday.
This week.
Of this past week when they see
the program. And so it will already be given out by the time this program airs.
And we need to fill it back up.
And we got to fill it back up. So you think about, we want to help Pensacola, Florida. They got devastated with water. But you go back to Orange Beach, and they sent me pictures and big old boats and yachts, about like Katrina was.
Right.
Where they're just stacked up in the streets and stacked up on top of it. Yeah, I mean, just brought them right out of the water. up on the streets. And now with the water going down, they've got all of these yachts and boats and fishing boats and all of that just
sitting in the
lined
roadway.
just in the roadway beside the condo or beside a house.
My goodness.
And all of that devastation. So we desperately need folks to help us and partner with us, that way we can continue to help people and make a difference in their difficult time.
All right. Well, I want to just take a moment right here to thank you for those that have already given, because a lot of you helped pay for those 7 tractor and trailer loads that have already been distributed. And here's the thing about Hearts with Hands that has made it such a blessing. It's lean and efficient. We don't have a lot of overhead. We have a great big volunteer base. And so when you give a dollar goes to help the people that need it the most. And here's the blessing. There's a church already there. We get those trucks in there, and we get the bobcats and the lifts, and we can get it out. The volunteers begin to distribute it. And so if you can help us, there's another storm that now we're talking about, Sally. And as he mentioned a moment ago, this started in 1992 with Hurricane Andrew, and our media director is Andrew, and he's got named after this hurricane. He's always been a wild child. But we have so many wonderful memories of people's been changed and helped. And then for those of you knowing that we're at a church, we also are there to pray with people. And just in Lake Charles, we had 5 precious people come to a saving knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's a great comfort.
I mean,
and
be able to pray with those folks and encourage them.
Let them know it.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break from us talking, and Andrew's going to take you down and let you see some of the damage, some of the footage, and you can be thinking about writing a check from your business, your personal, your church, or going online. The numbers will be up. You can give instantly right now, and join us, would you? Let's prayerfully look at this footage, and then we'll be back in a few moments.
Hey folks, this is Dr. Greg Lentz with Hearts with Hands. As we interrupt the program for just a moment, let me give you some ways that you can help us during these special events and these hurricanes that we're facing, especially Hurricane Sally. One of the ways that you can always give is online, heartswithhands.org, and you can give securely. Those food boxes that we hand out in every storm is called a box of hope for a reason, because when you're without power, you're without water, and you pull up and you've got something to give them resources and necessity of life, this is what that box is all about. It's got water, juice, food items, snack items, all of those things. There's about 20 different items inside of that box that we hand out that will help them for a few days. And those boxes average $20 a box to put all of those items in it. There's 100 of those on a pallet that we send down. So you can take your choice if you would like to help with one box at $20, or you'd like to buy an entire pallet. That's $2,000. So think of ways that you can impact the lives, and that's helping a family, that's helping children, that's helping a grandparent, a grandma, a grandpa, those circumstances, and you can help them that way. If you want to write to Hearts with Hands, P.O. Box 6444, Asheville, North Carolina, 28816. Or if you would like to pick up the phone and call right now, there'll be someone that will take your call, and that is 828-667-1912. So again, thank you so much for your giving. Thank you so much for partnering with Hearts with Hands as we continue to work together to make a difference in the lives of thousands of people during Hurricane Sally.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We owe you such a great debt of gratitude. I want to thank you for your friendship for all these years. Since 1992, Hearts with Hands has led the way in kindness, love, and charitable giving to help families that were sort of in the gaps between FEMA and the American Red Cross. And these people were coming in at the end of the line, many times waiting till the big distribution centers could be established. We found about that need. We found out there would be a church in every neighborhood that we could go to and set up. And God's people are such volunteers, such workers, that we could be there feeding. And we literally have had hot meals waiting on FEMA when they arrived to set up, when the National Guard came in. And you know, we have just been blessed with these opportunities to help. And many times our good friends at Baptist Men, they've helped, and such a great group of people to partner with and work with. We have been blessed all the way. It's been wonderful. And I want to encourage you today, if you would prayerfully consider a gift, a generous gift. God's blessed you. You're not in a forest fire of California. You're not in the hurricanes of the Gulf. You're blessed right now. And even with the COVID and all the things we've had to restrict with masks and PPE to work, load trucks, help people at the site, we've had to be mindful of the new restrictions with COVID to help people. And you have blessed us, and we know that it's a partnership that we want to see continue. And you can do that. You can write a check, you can call the 800 number, and you can continue. And Greg, I know that the Lord has given you a lot of new friends, a lot of new places. Tell the people a little bit about how this new warehouse has changed everything, because we've got loading docks and they may want to be a center to collect for you.
One of the things that churches could do, and businesses, school groups, civic groups can do, is they can do a collection drive. We depend on that every hurricane season to make sure we got partners all across the country that will bring loads of supplies to the warehouse, and then we'll take the volunteers and begin to sort that, package that, repack it, get it on pallets ready to go out the door. And so that's how sufficiently everything works, and it works so well is because the volunteer base we have in Asheville, and then the volunteer base we have on the ground to be able to get that distributed and get that out. But the warehouse has been such a tremendous blessing. I know for years we had the location there in the west side of Asheville, Sardis Road, and it was a smaller location.
Much smaller.
Had that one dock, and it was always difficult moving trailers in
Oh,
and
my
out.
goodness.
And so what this does, this gives us the capability on the side that we are involved with there at our new facility. Went from 7,000 square foot to 50,000 square feet.
50,000 square feet of
And
warehouse
so
space.
think of that, just the magnitude of that. And then from one dock, we're up to 12 docks.
Praise the Lord.
And so we've got plenty of space to bring trucks in, to house them, to put them there on the dock, to unload them, get them out the door. And it just makes such an easy transition.
Right.
And so we just want to thank the Lord, number one, for the miracle of providing the new facility and all of that, and then for us being able to work together with so many great people and make it happen for the glory of God. And you got a big role in that, and we want to say thank you so much for your giving today.
Yes, and we are indebted to a lot of people, and we're very, very thankful for that. And here's another idea that you might want to help us. You may work in a corporate office, and your corporation may manufacture toothbrushes or toothpaste, or you may be a distributor or wholesaler.
Right.
And you ship shovels and chainsaws, whatever. And your corporation may want to give a gift. And if you'll approach them, we'll send you the materials to take to your corporate office, that you can write a check, you can do an equipment drive. We always need shovels and rakes and cleanup supplies, bleach, tarps.
Every house
behind us, every house has got a blue tarp on it, because even the houses that didn't blow away, they're leaking. So it's something all the time.
And just like a little church that we helped, one of the oldest churches in Lake Charles that we helped, their roof, literally, it took every shingle off of it.
My goodness.
And literally soaked the inside of their building. They're going to have to totally gut the inside of that building. And this little church didn't have insurance.
Yep.
And they depend on organizations like ours to try to step up and help them. And we always try to pick one of those locations during every storm that we can focus on and try to help and try to be a blessing to, because we want to give back to what God's given to us, to the church.
It's amazing.
And
you know, I talked with one of your pastor friends up in West Virginia, and they were hit with a flash flood and wiped their church
completely out.
And they're back in business, serving God and helping other people because of the leadership of Hearts with Hands.
It's just amazing.
And it's amazing.
And when I got to go back and preach their dedication, it was just so beautiful just to see what God did for them. And they've had miracle after miracle.
They have.
Even since that storm of what God's done for them. So we
and
praise
you're
God
a part
for
of that. I mean, this is your ministry.
Yeah.
Dr. Greg is standing there, and he's a face that you see, but it belongs to the people. We've dedicated it to the Lord, and it has been driven by the people, and we love you. As we close today, would you tell them how they can give? I'm going to step off camera and allow you to tell them the phone numbers and the mailing address, and how they can join with us, partner with us, and you literally can use our hands as God touches your heart.
Right.
That's where we got the name, Hearts with Hands. Musette came up with that. And so God speaks to your heart. You send our hands to represent you. Let's work together.
Amen,
Brother Greg,
God bless you.
Thank
We
you, my
love
friend.
you. Thank you for all that you do. Don't forget, you can give heartswithhands.org, and that's a secure way that you can give online to help us. And then if you would like to write to us, P.O. Box 6444, Asheville, North Carolina 28816. Or if you want to call the office, you can call the 800 number. Or if you're local, you want to call the regular number. That's 828-667-1912. Thank you for tuning in today. We love you, and God bless you today.